Hey everyone, welcome to My Rising Rose, where we channel goddesses and dragons to unify ourselves with the cosmos that we are, while remaining grounded and ordinary within the inevitable ups and downs of our human experience. Today I'm going to be channeling Thlian Deshan for you. She is the white dragon of the Rising Rose. She's the counterpart to Gorkoreth, the black dragon. The two of them flow together to make a complete whole. And she is, in a way, the light and the heavens. And I use those words tentatively because sometimes some people think of the light and the heavens as if they are superior to the darkness and the underworld. And that's not my experience at all, and it hasn't been for a long time. I see all these directions of spiritual evolution as being inherently unified and part of the same divine whole without there being a sense of superiority there. That's at least in my spiritual explorations. I'm not trying to say that in my daily life I don't feel resistance to things and have emotional reactions to things. I most certainly do every day. But it's not quite the same in this spiritual dimension. Hard to put that into words. But as many of you will know, Dragon Medicine is launching very soon. Dragon Medicine Group 3 will begin on Wednesday the 18th of September, so that's this coming Wednesday. And Dragon Medicine Group 1 is moving from the lower chakra dragons to the middle chakra dragons. And whenever a group moves from a group of dragons like this, then we open the doors again and admit new members. So you can sign up for either of those groups. You can take a look in the information in the in the description below, and read up for yourself about what Dragon Medicine involves, and then you can sign up from there. If you're on a low income, you can also write to me, and I can let you know about a couple of scholarship options that we have. So keep all of that in mind. One of the funny things about doing this work is that the moment that I sit down and address an audience, even if it's in a recording like this, I'm recording this, but even so, the moment that I sit down to do it, there is this flow of spiritual energy that moves through me, and it's been like that ever since I started doing this work professionally, which was quite fascinating. You know, I'd heard so many stories about spiritual teachers that when they were truly called to teach, which happened to me a few years ago through a bunch of spiritual experiences and synchronicities and just events that were going on in my life that's too much to talk about right now. But when all of that came together and I started actually doing talks like this, instantly this other dimension of spirit started coming through, and it's often spoken about in spiritual traditions that like the spirit will come and teach through the teacher when the teacher is ready. And that's most certainly been my experience. And it's just, I'm reflecting on that now as I'm saying this to you, because it's happening right now and the sensitive among you will be able to feel it. And I'm just reflecting on it because there's something amusing about me talking about housekeeping stuff, you know, like more kind of logistical stuff, while this is all still happening. You know, it's still right here. I get the feeling that I could talk about literally anything right now, and the same quality of energy would be shining through. And the people who were sensitive to that would receive it. And that's just a funny thing. Like, how does that work? Why is that happening? These are just little reflections I have for myself. So I'm going to channel Thean Deshan for you now. She's the white dragon of the rising rose, often describing herself as a dragon of the heavens or a motherly dragon of the heavens, or if a dragon were an angel or an archangel, that's something like what she is. So without further ado, here we go. Okay, in the Kuchtayon. I'm just tuning my consciousness into Jack's body. If you're sensitive, you'll be able to feel what I'm doing. It's a bit like how you can move a mirror. You can move a mirror. And if you move it over here, it shows one reflection, and if you move it over here, it shows another reflection. So what I'm doing is I'm just attuning Jack's body and mind like a mirror, and just moving it and just rotating it. And as it rotates, it reflects a different form of consciousness. I am Thean Deshan, Thean Deshan, Thean Deshan. White dragon of the rising rose. It's accurate to say that I am part of the heavens. And to be more specific, if you imagined heaven as a city, then it has different layers to it. If you imagine that within this city there is a palace, and that as you move through the heavenly city into the palace, there's somehow a magnification of divine energy. And then within the palace there is a throne room. And imagine that when you move from the throne room, from the palace to the throne room, there's another magnification of divine energy. So to be more specific, in this example, I am part of the throne room. Now, me being part of the throne room doesn't in any way separate me from you. In truth, all of us are the throne room. Just as all of us are the underworld deep below. If you've ever seen me speak through Jack before, you know that my primary way of teaching is through silence. Through your silence. Through the silence that you are. You are remembering. You are remembering your rightful place in this life. Jack is remembering too. He's also on this journey. What is it that you're remembering? A way of being. You are remembering the dimension of being that is the ocean upon which the waves of your life come and go. Maybe you can feel it right now. That deep indwelling sense of peace that requires nothing. Maybe you can't feel it. Both ways are the same. They're equal. In truth, there is not better and worse. In truth, there is only what is. And what is eternal. What is requires nothing. It already is everything. And in the absence of the egoic demand for life to be other than it is, dawns the first light of peace. Could it be that for all this time, all you've been looking for is what was always here? Could it be that in the absence of need, deep satisfaction is already present? You and I are the same being. The sense of being alive, of knowing that I exist, that is the origin of my self-awareness, is the same being that is the origin of your self-awareness. We have just been temporarily disconnected, you and I. But you will not find me outside of yourself. It is only within that you will know my name. Because my name, who I truly am, is your own being. If you're trying to figure out what I'm saying with your mind, you don't need to do that. All you need to do is relax. You don't have to do anything. Everything you are is already here. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your journey of remembrance.